And I know that there's so many details that need to be hammered out, but let's say Zelensky and Putin do meet face to face, which that would be, I mean, just a sight. But Putin wants more land from Ukraine, right? Zelensky, that's a non-starter for Zelensky. He does not want to give land to Russia. I mean, seems like they're at a stalemate. What would be the beneficial in that meeting?
Yeah, hard to say. Hard for him to give land away. Hard for him to do it under the Constitution. On the other hand, and President Trump has made this case. There is what is de facto and what is de jure. What I mean by that, de facto is what are the facts on the ground. De jure means what's legal. So, for example, Crimea was taken illegally, occupied, annexed in 2014 by Putin. Unlikely that that's going to come back anytime soon. Any land, any territory that Putin's forces now occupy, I don't see them giving that up. That's just realistic. They don't doesn't have to be recognized as legal. Doesn't have to. No one has to say, of course, you deserve that. But you could say, okay, leave it in place. That's what's called a frozen conflict. It's a way of if you could leave it that way and end the fighting, that's still an accomplishment, I think, especially since if you did that, if you froze the conflict along what's called the lines of contact, then Ukraine remains very much an independent, sovereign, free nation, which is what Putin doesn't want. And we've discussed this, Brittany. He doesn't want it for two reasons. One is he thinks it's imperative that he drags Ukraine back into the Russian/Soviet empire. And two, because Putin does not want, as a next door neighbor, a free and democratic country. It's a bad example, he thinks, for his subjects.